$30,000 doesn't get you as far as it once did in the automotive world. Or does it? With car prices as high as they are, some buyers have become discouraged from actively seeking a brand new vehicle. And rightfully so after the volatility in the market and the persistent car shortages. However, in 2023, there's a number of cars and crossovers that can be found for a relatively reasonable and affordable price, all of which offer an ownership experience that's worth the price of admission. So here are 3 great cars you can buy today that are around 30 grand that we believe are perfect if you're on a budget. Starting off at number 1, and this is in no particular order, is the Subaru Crosstrek. Possibly one of the best subcompact crossovers in its segment, this lifted hatchback that's very closely related to the Impreza gives you the versatility and practicality that you desire in a vehicle, while also receiving a well put together interior that provides a mixture of modern tech with physical dials to make the cabin user-friendly and welcoming. Recently, the Crosstrek has received some minor updates and is due for a more significant refresh for the 2024 model that introduces a larger touchscreen that's seen in the WRX, Legacy, Outback, and Ascent. For 2023, however, every trim except for the hybrid has a base cost below $30,000, giving you some variety to choose from, where the Premium, Sport, and Limited are all great options. Our pick and recommendation would be the Sport, with the StarTex water-resistant fabric seats, which will be easier to clean if you have pets or children, the dual-function X mode with hill descent control, so you'll be better prepared to take on winter road conditions, and also the more impressive 2.5-liter Boxer 4-cylinder engine that produces 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque that is paired with a CVT. Crucial to Subaru's success and why the Crosstrek is on this list, Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive comes standard, and we can't forget about the class-leading 8.7 inches of ground clearance, whereas most subcompacts are front-wheel drive based and all-wheel drive could potentially be a costly upgrade. Surprising to see, but perfect for shoppers on a budget, the Crosstrek's fuel economy comes in at 27 miles per gallon in the city and 34 miles per gallon on the highway, adding in the element of being economical. But there's no way you can call this subcompact crossover an econobox, as it's far too refined to be seen as disposable. Finally, we have to get to practicality, where behind the second row seats, the Crosstrek will have just over 20 cubic feet of cargo space, making Subaru's most affordable crossover one of the most well-rounded in this price range and segment. The Civic has always been a logical choice for buyers on a budget, but this new generation that arrived at dealers back in 2021 has turned what was once seen as just an economical car into a desirable and classy pick if you're shopping for an affordable vehicle this year. Available in both the sedan and hatchback variant, Honda has you covered in the key areas for a car in this market. For one, the fuel economy of 30 miles per gallon in the city and 37 miles per gallon on the highway makes it a no-brainer if you want to stretch the range of your daily driver, while the hatchback provides the interior space necessary if you plan on taking road trips throughout the year. But in 2023, the Civic offers so much more than just the intangibles. In fact, for a $30,000 car, your money goes quite a long way. You're greeted by a welcoming driving environment, with a dashboard design that typically would be found in more expensive vehicles. Honda's also introduced new available technology, such as a full digital gauge cluster on the Touring, a 7 or 9-inch touchscreen depending on the trim you choose, and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility and a wireless phone charging pad, which is standard for the top trim Touring. Additional comfort features like dual zone climate control, heated front seats, and a power moonroof that come equipped on the EX makes the Civic feel a bit more expensive and totally worth the price. For performance, we'd lean more towards the EX at the very least, as the Sport's 158 horsepower might leave much more to be desired. For the EX and Touring, however, a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque that is paired with a CVT should be more than enough to enter highways safely. More importantly, the Civic's ride quality is impressive for a $30,000 car, as the road noise is kept to a minimum, and the overall refinement is certainly a standout, especially when compared to the aging Toyota Corolla. Mazda has come a long way as a manufacturer, going from being a niche brand to now offering a wide selection of vehicles that arguably have the highest quality interiors amongst their competitors. The CX30 takes everything you love about the Mazda 3 hatchback and lifts it to be a sporty subcompact crossover. Unlike most of its domestic rivals, Mazda uses a traditional 6-speed automatic transmission rather than a CVT, and depending on your budget, you'll have the choice between a naturally aspirated or turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. And for 2023, all-wheel drive is standard. While performance is an important metric, it's not the sole reason as to why the CX30 has made this list, as it's the inspiring cabin and driving environment for a vehicle priced at $30,000 that we love the most about this crossover. The best bang for your buck will either be the S Carbon Edition or the S Premium, as you'll be greeted by leather-trimmed seats and a plethora of soft-touch materials found throughout the dashboard, center console, and door rests. While slightly above the $30,000 mark, the CX30 is one crossover where you'll feel more apt to spend extra. Admittedly, the head unit isn't the most user-friendly, as Mazda hasn't yet introduced a touchscreen, and instead they insist on the rotary dial to control the infotainment system. But with that said, for a subcompact crossover, the interior quality is top-notch and designed in a way that mimics styling cues from luxury European brands, giving you the impression you're driving a more expensive vehicle. Not typically seen in this market, available is an adaptive front lighting system, but also a power liftgate, which is usually reserved for larger vehicles. While we could rave about the CX30 all day, it's one of very few smaller cars and crossovers that we believe is the best you'll find in this price range that gives you a subtle hint of luxury without having to break the bank. In closing, whether it's the Crosstrek, Civic, or CX30, all are fantastic choices that come with their own set of advantages and intangibles in an affordable package. Better yet, these three vehicles have the build quality of their more expensive siblings, giving you the reassurance that you purchased a long-lasting and durable car that will reliably get you to and from your destinations throughout the week. We hope you enjoyed this video on a handful of cars priced around $30,000. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. Also, if you want to learn more about the Crosstrek, Civic, and CX30, we will leave the links to the full reviews in the description below. Take care, and thanks for watching.